This is the fire element. I'm going to try and keep this to 15 minutes. And this is in the solar plexus. And this is our power center. This is where our drive comes from, our willpower and our creativity. This is where we take that aligned action from. So if we're feeling weak in the core area, or it's also the digestive system. So you've got the liver, the stomach, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the intestines. It's all here, and this is said to be our first brain. So we've got our serotonin production predominantly going on here, our happy hormone, and we have 80% of the information that is received is bottom up. It goes up to the brain as opposed to, and only 20% comes down. So we want to make sure this area specifically is particularly very healthy and strong. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to go through the core. So the core, we're using the pelvic floor. So from the pubic bone to the tailbone, you want to feel like you've got a hammock and you're lifting that whole, there's so many muscles down there. We want to lift them all as we exhale. We want to lift this hammock from back to front, not squeeze, lift. It's an inward and upward movement. And if you don't feel that connection today, that's okay, but imagine that you do. And it's a slight, light, maybe 5–10% contraction. Then we're going to add in the hips. So it's like we're drawing the hip bones in towards one another. Again, 5–10% kind of, it's a hug. It's a hug. We're hugging the hip bones in towards one another, like we're trying to get into a tight pair of pants, which we shouldn't really squeeze into any tight pairs of pants. Fuck them, throw them away, get bigger pants. And then it's the belly button. So the belly button goes towards the navel. This is all on the exhale, towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And it's a continual movement. So the belly button goes back towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And we're activating all of the deep core muscles. So we'll try that. So just get yourself into a nice, comfortable standing position. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, lift the pelvic floor, hug the hip bones in, belly button back towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. So this continual movement. And on the inhale, we release. We don't have this permanent contraction. And on the exhale, we lift and hug. We'll do a few more rounds. So we inhale, release. Exhale, lift and hug. 2 more. One more. So we're going to see if we can try and have that contraction throughout the practice. And you can keep your focus on your solar plexus. So in between the belly button and the bottom of the rib cage. And if on the exhale, you will contract, and on the inhale, you'll release. And if you feel like you can't do that, just see if you can have this light contraction throughout. Okay. So bringing your awareness here into this space, into your body, into your breath, sending that energy down through the soles of the feet. So we have done the earth if you've been here, in the legs, getting a nice kind of strong base, worked through the hips to get that energy flowing. And now it's all about that creative force in the belly. Okay, so we're going to start by parting the clouds, and we have the wrists crossed over one another, and we swap over every time we come down, and we push out through the wrists. So we activate the mama points, the acupressure points, releasing the tension and energy trapped in the wrist. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale up. We're going to pause as we part. And as we exhale, we contract the core and we come down, the arms come down, ground down through the soles of the feet. We swap the wrists over at the bottom and we inhale up, release the core if you can. Pause the breath as we part. And as we exhale, we contract, we hug the core in. Inhale, swap those wrists over at the bottom. Inhaling up, pause as we part. And exhale down. We'll do one more. Keep swapping the wrists over at the bottom. Inhaling up. Pause. And as we exhale, we lift everything in the core down. We'll swap the wrists over. And this time, as we come up, we're going to turn to your left. The arms, so we twist to the side. The palms part, arms part, the palms face down. So we're doing parting the clouds east to west. We start to come down towards the ground. So we squat. The arms pass by at the bottom and they turn up. So on your right side, we inhale up. We pause the breath as we turn, as though we're holding a ball, and we exhale down. So it's like we're pushing something down and lift everything up in the core. So we're twisting the organs, wringing them out. Inhale up, the right side. Pause the breath as we turn to the left side, and we exhale down. Inhale up. We'll do one more this side. Pause the breath. Exhale down. Inhale, right side. And when we get to the right side, we get up. We're going to pause. We're going to come back down the right side and we exhale down. So lifting that core, twisting at the bottom, inhaling up your left side, seeing if you can release the core, the contraction. Pause the breath as we turn towards the right and we exhale down. Imagine that you're pushing something down. So we're wringing out the organs and it's like we're getting this kind of, you know, you squeeze and release, squeeze and release. So we're allowing all that, the digestive juices to flow, literally the creative juices, getting them to flow. One more as we exhale down, lifting through the pelvic floor, hugging the hips, belly button towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And when we get to center, we'll allow the arms to fall. We'll do a quick check-in. Just notice how you feel. We're warming the body up internally. Do you feel warm already, even just from doing those two poses? I do. So make sure you've got something to drink. So we're working the lymphatic system, our a kind of waste removal as well. Okay, so we're going to do spinning bowls. So although this is water element, it's also about creativity. So getting that creativity flowing. So maybe you're by the waist, the hands are by the waist or by the armpits, but the palms are facing up. And we want to see if we can try and keep them upright at all times. So we inhale as we come forwards. The fingers turn out towards the side, back towards the body, and they keep going round. And then as we exhale, we lift and hug the core. The palms are still facing up as we bring the arms out to the side. We squat a little bit, and then we bring the fingers through the armpits or the waist as we inhale forwards. Nice twist. And exhale back. Inhale forwards. Spinny bowl. So we create a little circle and then a nice big circle. So we're increasing the range of motion in the shoulders and the arms. We'll do one more in this direction. As we come through the armpits, we pause and we exhale as we turn the fingers back towards the back of the room, out to the sides. We have these nice long arms. And we create this little circle so the fingers point out to the side and back. Exhaling, we squat, the fingers point backwards through the body, out to the side as we inhale, creating that little circle. And we'll do one more. Exhaling back. Inhaling forwards. And we release. So we're going to do our first, well, our only warrior 3. And so we'll do different variations. So depending on where you are, maybe you want to use the wall if you don't feel stable in your core. So hug everything in, lift that, lift your pelvic floor, hug those hip bones in towards one another, belly button in towards the spine, up towards the rib cage. We've got this light contraction, and we're going to shift the weight to your right leg. And we're going to, you can either have your hands out if you want that stability, and we lift that left leg up so that the knee is in line with the hip and the hips are level. Maybe your hands are in prayer at your heart space, and the sole of the foot is pointing down towards the floor. And you can stay here, keep everything lifted, keep this light contraction, and you can stay here for 5 breaths, or you can step back for 5, or you can come into the full warrior 3 where we roll through the spine and we start to take the leg backwards. We micro bend that standing leg. We push out through the extended leg. We push out through the heel. The toes point down towards the ground. Our gaze is down towards the ground. And if we feel like it, we can bring the arms overhead, and we're here for 5. 4, shoulders away from the ears. We roll the shoulders back. If you come out, come back in, it's all good. 3, wherever you are. 2, and 1. And we gently step back into warrior 1. So usually we kind of flow. What we're going to do is have this kind of very grounded, strong pose. So we ground down through that back heel, bend that front leg, and have this kind of real strong weight in the legs and the soles of the feet. And again, engage through the core. So hug everything in towards the midline. And we'll do a 2-part inhale. So we're doing Shiva's dance. And I want you to keep this strong posture instead of going backwards and forwards. See if you can keep your body where it is. So we inhale the arms up to shoulder height, pushing out through the wrists. We inhale again, so we're sipping the air. The fingers come all the way back, nice strong core. We exhale, shoulder blades come apart and the palms come together in front. Keep grounding down through the heels. Inhale the hands into the chest, and we exhale down, keeping that front leg bent. We're not going to straighten it this time. We're going to inhale up, nice strong core. Inhale, open, fingers come all the way back. Keep that core nice and strong. Exhale, bring those palms together, nice strong legs. Inhale into the chest, and exhale, push the arms down, keeping the legs where they are. We'll do one more. Nice strong pose. So we inhale forwards. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Shoulder blades come apart, hands come together. Inhale into the chest, and we exhale down. We'll bring the hands forward. We step forward and down, and we'll do a little hip circle just to release. So we're releasing the psoas muscle, which is attached to our stress response. So if you're feeling stressed and anxious, doing these hip moves a few times a day is really going to help release that psoas muscle. Okay, so we're going to bring the legs together and we're going to do the other side. So shifting the weight to your left leg, hug everything in towards the midline. So we've got a nice strong core. Maybe your hands are extended and you push out through the palms, and that's going to give you some stability. And then we're going to lift that right leg up, dorsiflex the foot so the sole of the foot is pointing down towards the ground. And maybe that's where you are. Hips are in line, staying here for 5, or stepping back, or we roll through the spine. Maybe one side is more challenging than the other. And we lift out of the hip crease, toes point down towards the floor. We micro bend that standing leg, gaze down towards the floor and extend the arms in front. So we've got this beautiful energetic line reaching through the sole of the foot and the fingers. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we gently step that back foot down, coming into warrior 1. Ground down through the soles of the feet. Ground down through that back heel. We turn those toes out slightly. And hug everything in again towards the midline. So we're lifting through that pelvic floor, hip bones in, belly button in and up. And then we're going to do Shiva's dance again. So we inhale up to shoulder height. We inhale and open, the fingers come all the way back. Have this really strong core. Exhale, bring the palms together. Inhale into the chest. And exhale, push the arms down, keeping the legs where they are. 2 more. So we inhale forward. Inhale, open, fingers come all the way back. Exhale, bring the palms together. Inhale into the chest. And exhale down. We'll do 1 more. Inhale up. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the palms together. Inhale into the chest. And exhale down. We'll bring the hands together, your heart space, and we step forward and down. We're going to do swaying tree. So we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to do Kali Mudra. She is the fierce goddess. Fearlessness. There's fearlessness and having that kind of ability to let go of all the crap, release what no longer serves you. And this is the solar plexus, the fire element, burning through what no longer serves us. Okay, so we're going to ground down through the soles of the feet, hug everything in towards the midline. Inhale, lift the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to go over to your left side. So we're compressing through the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to your right. So we're opening through one side and compressing through the other. Inhale back to center. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale, ground down through the soles of the feet. Inhale back up. So we're squeezing those organs, getting rid of all the crap that does not serve us, bring us back to center, and creating fresh, new energy back to center. Exhale, over to the side, back to the center, and release. So hopefully that you didn't come down too far on the sides, heckler, to hurt your back. Okay, so we've got 2 more poses. We're going to do golden thread. So imagining that your left hand is attached. I'm not sure if you're actually seeing me in reverse, so I'm doing it in reverse. I'm mirroring you, but maybe you're not. So the left hand is attached to your right foot, left elbow attached to your right knee, and as we inhale, we lift up left arm, right leg, and as we exhale, we step to the side, swapping over. So we lift right arm, left leg. So we're working with the balance, but we're also working with the core and exhaling over to the side, nice and slow. So we inhale up and we exhale down and across, swapping over as we inhale. And as we exhale, we hug everything in towards the midline. And we'll do 2 more, 1 on either side, because this feels good. Exhale down and inhale up. We'll do 1 more. We'll do 1 more either side because it is so good. So a nice meditative, mindful pose. Exhaling as we come down and across. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Beautiful. And so we're going to end by doing the Shakti Shiva. So we draw energy up from Shakti based in the lower belly. This is our life force energy. And what we do is you can either touch your body if that feels comfortable for you, or you can have your hands in front and just imagine that you're drawing them up. And we draw the hands up, the center of the body, up through all of the elements. So we're creating this balance up and round the back to meet Shiva, over the top of the head and down the face. This is conscious awareness. So we're bringing our life force energy, this creative life force energy, to our conscious awareness. And then we're going to bring our conscious awareness down the face, down the body, into the center. So our creative center, our fire element, the solar plexus. And you can give yourself a little massage here. So we're drawing that life force energy into our conscious awareness and down into our action taking center so that we can go forward in life. So we're going to do that a couple of times. So we're going to bring that energy up from Shakti, life force energy, up to Shiva, consciousness, awareness, so that we can make conscious our life force. What is it that we want to bring into the world? And we're going to bring it down to our fire element, the solar plexus. Give yourself a little massage here. So we rub that area, stimulate it so that we can take aligned action. We'll do one more. We're going to draw that energy up the body. Plus we're giving ourselves a nice massage. So we're regulating the nervous system over the back of the head, across the top, down the face, drawing that consciousness awareness down to our solar plexus. Give yourself a nice massage here so that you can stimulate your creative fire. And then we're going to come into open Tadasana. Maybe your eyes are closed, your palms face forward, your fingers nice and wide. And you can imagine now that you have ignited that fire in your belly. And you can imagine a flame here. Maybe it's a tiny little flicker. Maybe you feel it's burning. You really have opened up your creative force, your driving force that's going to take you forward in life. And you can keep that little flame burning whenever you need to take that aligned action. And staying here for just 2 more breaths. And then you can bring your hands together at your heart space, and you can thank yourselves for being here today and sharing this practice with each of us. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful day.